I collected $100 in pennies and then...
Didn't? You got it from the bank. Don't lie.
Okay, I got $100 in pennies from the bank, and if I can't finish a whole app in 1 hour, one random member from the Tap Develops Code community will get it all. Let's go ahead and do it.
Oh shit!
One eternity later.
Okay, there are 2 simple rules to this challenge. 1, I have to deliver a whole app in 1 hour or less. And 2, the idea for the app has to come from the community. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Okay, so a couple days ago, I posted on the community and I asked members to pitch in and give me ideas for different apps that I could build. And here's a lot of cool ideas that the community gave, but there's one that actually stood out to me, and it's this one right here. So this is going to be a blackjack game strategy tracker, and as the game is played, it updates the probability and whether you should hit or stand, and how much to bet in the next rounds. You could probably use AI to do the calculations parts. Okay, I think we have an idea. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I have my timer at 1 hour, 0 minutes and 0 seconds, and it is currently 10:17 p.m. Okay, 10:18, let's go ahead and do it, and there we go. We have 60 minutes to complete this. Okay, the first thing that we need to actually establish is what we're gonna build and how we're gonna build it. So we know we're gonna build a blackjack game with a strategy tracker, and we wanna make sure that we can use AI to do some of the calculation parts, or if we need to actually hit or stand. So let's go ahead and take a couple of notes here as to what we actually need to do. So let's do here blackjack game. What we're gonna do is we're gonna build the game, and we're only gonna have 1 player, so I'm not gonna take a look at any authentication or any signing in or anything like that. We're gonna have the dealer play against 1 specific player. That's gonna be whoever's playing. So we're gonna do that. And since the idea only included hit and stand, that's all that we're gonna care about. So we're only gonna do hit and stand. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so that's pretty much what we have. We've got to build a blackjack game where 2 players are playing the dealer and another player, and we have to have some sort of way to let the user know whether they should hit or not. So we're going to go ahead and have some sort of message AI driven that's going to help us decide what we should do next. Okay, so for this, I'm going to use Next.js just because it's simple and that's what I like using. So I'm going to use Next.js, and the only thing that I am really using that I'm not going to be building is this over here. So this is part of a package that has a lot of images from different cards and just like the playing cards, but that's about it. I went ahead and imported all of the cards and just kind of put the different suits so that we have the decks that we need to build. So that's pretty much what we have. So shout out to Richard Schneider for creating this package. If you guys want to check it out, it's called Cards.js, and you can import it and kind of use whatever you need from it. There we go. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so what are the first things that we need to do? Well, we need to set up the game and we need to actually start it. So to start, you handle 1 card to the person, 1 card to the dealer, then another card to the person, and the last one of the dealer is covered. The person decides whether they hit or stand, and then we see and we continue to go with the dealer. So let's go ahead and try and get that going. And I think that maybe the first thing that I might want to do is just actually display the board and everything, right? Like showing what we have. And just to make sure, what we have right here is an empty app. Nothing really over here, is just black. So let's go ahead and do that. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new file here that's going to serve as my board. So let's do that. And just to make it easier, I'm going to put everything in a components folder, and in here we're going to have a game board. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, cool, here we go. So we have a game board, and I'm going to add that here, and that's going to be part of my game board. And for now, this is all that we got. This is a game board. Okay, so now we're on the way. Now let's go ahead and see. So the first thing that I want to have is a deck, right? So let's go ahead and declare some state. So we're going to have state for holding a deck of cards. Okay, cool. So how do we get those cards? Well, over here we have a function that allows us to get multiple decks, and we want to get 8 decks, as this is typically what we have in a typical game of blackjack. So let's go ahead and do that, and in here we're going to generate a deck. Boom. Okay, so now we have multiple decks here, and what I want to do is, for now, to just go ahead and display the deck. So let's do that over here, and what we want to do is just display the whole deck. Image from Next.js, and if we look at what we have, we are failing to compile because we need to set this to use states. So for that, we need to do use client, and there we go. We have a bunch of cards. Let's go ahead and actually display them better. So I'm gonna put this in and this is gonna be great calls 4 so that we can see 4 at a time. Okay, here we have our decks. We should have 8 different decks here, but they are in order, so it doesn't really help us to be in order. So let's try to actually shuffle this board. So I'm just gonna go ahead and create a shuffle board. I'm just gonna go ahead and do here for let in this. Okay, that looks fair to me. Okay, cool. So for this, we are going through the deck and we're actually getting a random value for what we want to swap and just swapping it with that. Now we have 8 shuffle decks, full decks, that we're gonna be using to play our game. Now that we have that, we wanna make sure that we can actually start the game and deal the cards. So what I'm gonna do instead, I'm gonna remove this now that I saw the cards. Yeah, my margins and paddings are not working with Tailwind CSS right now. I don't know why. I don't know why that is. That being said, so let's go ahead and see that. Let's go ahead and see if they got it right. And hey, I only got 1 hour, so I'm definitely gonna be using Copilot as much as possible because I don't even know here.
A few moments later.
I think we have a solid game for now. We restart this. Ooh, 21. Boom. So now that we have this, let's go ahead and try to introduce some AI features, and we only have 8 minutes to add those AI features, but we want to make sure that we can add that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the OpenAI APIs, and I'm gonna have it actually do it for me. So let's actually take a look and see OpenAI. So they have an OpenAI package over here that was updated a couple days ago, and I think I only have to do this. And let's set something here to hold our message. 36 seconds. No, 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 it's too soon. Where do I add it? Where do I add it? 4, 3, 2. No, that was way too short. That's not okay. That is definitely not okay. Not okay. I'm not happy. This was what, like, who told me to choose this app? Like, this was one of the probably the Alright, let's go ahead and pick a random person then from the community that deserves to win $100. So let's see over here. Let's take a look at our members, and we have currently, 100 members over here. So let's go ahead and select one of them. The first thing that I'm going to do is export that into a CSV, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy all the names over here, copy them, and then I'm gonna go to I'm gonna put them all here. Boom. Okay, we have K, A, I don't know who those are, so hopefully I find you. V. Alright, let's do it in 3, 2, 1. Let's see who's the lucky winner. Gabriel. Alright, I'm not gonna give it to Gabriel because, well, he is 1, my brother. 2, he's already an engineer. He doesn't deserve it. No.
This shit means something to me, man.
Alright, let's see. Who's the lucky winner? And the lucky winner is Encavello. Alright, Encavello. Congratulations for winning. Okay, so I'm actually not gonna give it to Encavello because Encavello hasn't been active for like 37 days in the community. So I wanna make sure that I give it to someone who's been active within the past 3 days. So we're gonna keep trying this until we get someone who has been active in the past 3 days. So let's do it again. Still random. I just wanna make sure that I'm rewarding those active members of the community. So let's see who we have here. And we get Carlos. Let's see if Carlos has been active. Carlos was active 15 hours ago, so there we go. We have Carlos Talavera. Carlos Talavera has won $100. Woo! Yeah, Alright guys, stay curious. If you haven't heard about the Tap Develops Code community, this is a private community that I put together where I teach people how to get the skills that they need to ace their technical interviews. This is not for complete beginners. You have to have at least some experience with coding, but I'll get you up to the next step and make sure that you land that six-figure job that you've been looking for. So if you haven't heard about the Tap Develops Code community, go ahead and check out the link that I have below or send me a message and I'm more than happy to take a look with you. Thank you very much and I'll see you guys on the next one.